Ted Cruz, I've called him a real beauty, right? Ted Cruz is a real beauty and he's a bad guy. And look, let me say this about Ted Cruz. We're in the great state of Texas right now, and I'm actually now relocating to Texas. Let me say this. Ted Cruz used underhanded tactics. I'm talking about the 2016 Iowa caucus phase of the election. Ted Cruz, who ran against President Donald J. Trump, Ted Cruz used underhanded tactics in the 2016 election cycle Iowa caucus to steal votes from the incredible patriot Ben Carson. Ben Carson's a tremendous American patriot. Ted Cruz is a bad guy. He used underhanded tactics to steal votes from Ben Carson and Matt Long. This negatively impacted President Trump in the Iowa caucus in 2016. Look, President Trump obviously dominated the 2016 election cycle, won against crooked Hillary big time, right? But President Trump would have also won the Iowa caucus in 2016, in my opinion, had Ted Cruz not used underhanded tactics to steal votes from Ben Carson. So Ted Cruz is a bad guy. And let me say this, my friend. I'm going to say this sort of tongue-in-cheek, sort of not tongue-in-cheek. Let me say this. Here's how I define Ted Cruz. You ready, Matt Long? All right, here's how I define Ted Cruz. Ted Cruz is a Canadian-American that supposedly is in immense love with Israel, but Ted Cruz looks like a Palestinian. And so I sort of say that tongue-in-cheek, sort of not tongue-in-cheek, but let me say this, my friend. Look, talking about Israel, I support Israel. I will even go ahead and say I love Israel. But I will say this. The one country that I love infinitely more than any other country in the world is our country, the greatest country in the world, the United States of America. And Ted Cruz, in my opinion, has never said this in his speeches, recent interviews.